Well, hello, xenographers everywhere, and welcome to another episode. Some lenses are perfect, bitingly sharp, accurate colours, sumptuous bokeh, just wonderful. And some lenses are not perfect, and they are even better. The lens we're going to look at today falls firmly into the second category. It's this, the Olympus OM 55mm f1.2, and it's just become my new favourite lens. This lens is fantastic in the fullest sense of the word. Yes, it's widely known to have plenty of technical flaws, but technical perfection doesn't always mean aesthetic perfection. Sometimes a lens is more than the sum of its parts, and I think this is one such. Here's why. The bokeh from this lens is wild and wildly unpredictable. Up close, the f1.2 aperture means blur is enormous, and it's very smooth too. It looks like the background's been airbrushed. There's no detail at all, just vague outlines from large shapes, and small forms disappear entirely. Lots of dreamy, creamy smoothness, nice and soft and lovely. In other situations, though, something magical starts to happen. Point light sources become bubbles which, like most vintage lenses, are circular in the centre and become elliptical towards the edges, and I think there's more than a hint of swirl going on in the background as those bubbles kind of leach into each other. In fact, those out of focus elements leach into each other all over the place and in every direction, creating a chaos that is both awful and wonderful at the same time. It's busy, it's harsh, it's nervous, it's frantic, untidy, jarring, stressful, difficult, and downright unpleasant too. But from that chaos, that tempest, that storm of uncertainty emerges something beautiful, something a technically better lens would not produce. Out of focus elements seem to flow and to move in all directions, like a splash or an explosion. The effect works differently in different planes of focus, so there are lots of things going on at once. These images have vitality and dynamism, but a beautiful delicacy and a softness too. We're left with an image that's unique, wildly energetic, but beautifully calm. A painterly image, an impressionist take on the world that takes reality and leaves it rather nicer than when it found it. Some lenses render colours more or less accurately. A bit flat, but accurate. Some lenses like to pop and add a bit of sparkle to colours, and some lenses, like this one, do something special that only they can do. This lens loves colour. It boosts saturation in every shot, so colours are vibrant and huge. They leap right out and assault the senses, anarchic and wild. This lens knows no bounds, and all the levels are turned up to 11. But it's not only about saturation. This lens has a unique colour balance, and it sometimes gives a look that, to my eye, resembles an early colour film with slightly muted reds, emphasising blue and green, especially if you underexpose slightly. It loves black and white too, and all the black and whites I shot have very strong contrast and again a really filmy sort of look with strong blacks, bright whites and glistening silvery greys. In fact, I think it made some of the nicest black and whites I've shot with any lens, bar none. This lens glows, and not because it's radioactive, which it is. It glows because any highlights in the shot have a tendency to overexpose and blow out, a technical flaw that leads to something wondrous. The whole image sparkles and shimmers as every little highlight comes alive. The image lights up and shines as each bright point diffuses the light around it. The tips of these leaves are not covered in frost, they're covered in light. This is glow, not snow. This lens vignettes badly, really badly. Stopping down cures it completely, but then all you've got is a technically good lens. Vignetting is awful on this lens, but somehow it works. It becomes a framing device that provides a natural gradient within the shot. Some lenses vignette badly in a really bad way and make their shots look horrible. This one vignettes badly in a really good way. It seems to add something rather than take something away. If you shoot wide open, this lens is soft. But once again, I'm going to give it a pass because this lens is special. It's sharp enough, and it's one of those lenses where ultimate resolving power just isn't that important. Through this lens, if you keep it wide open, the whole world is soft. Everything becomes fuzzy and warm and lovely. What's important here is not lines of resolution, but the overall feel of the image. This lens is a beautiful example of how imperfections can come together to create a unique and pleasing aesthetic. It's soft, it vignettes, it glows, it loses contrast with a light source in the frame, and it makes some wonderful images. And that's all from me for now. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and ring the bell. And if you like the content on this channel, you can support it at patreon.com/Zenography. Many thanks for watching, and I will see you next time for some more Zenography.